Hello my dear student, hope you are fine and taking care of yourself at your home. We are doing chapter 10 light, and you know that in earlier class we have completed about the laws of reflection. Today we will do the characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror. Before understanding the characteristics, we have to understand two things, that is object and image and type of images. So before starting the topic, please do like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for further notification. So I have said about two things, that is object and image. Object and image. What is an object? An object, any object which have its own light, and anything, or you can say that anything which have its own light or it gives out reflected light, then it is known as object. And what is an image? Image is an optical appearance produced by whenever the light get reflected from the mirror, so that is forms the image. So images of two types, that is real image and virtual image. Real image and virtual image. Real image and virtual image. Real image, as the name indicates, which is real, means the rays after reflection actually meet at a point after reflection from any shining surface or any mirror. So they actually meet at a point, then they forms the real image, and it is always formed on the screen. Real images are always inverted images. Real images are always inverted images. Whereas virtual image, as the name indicates, whenever the rays after reflection appear to meet at a point, or when we extend them to some point, then they will meet with each other. So then they forms the virtual image. Virtual images never be obtained on the screen, cannot be obtained on the screen, and they are erect images. Erect images means upright, they remains upright, and inverted means they can becomes upright down, means up, inverted images. So let's start now the characteristics of the image formed by plane mirror. So plane mirror, you know that we have done it smooth surface, and this is reflecting surface, and this is non-reflecting surface. So if any object is there in front of the plane mirror, so let us say this AB is the object. So in plane mirror, this image is formed at an equidistant always, and moreover this size of object is equal to size of image in case of plane mirror. So what is the first characteristic? Height of object is equal to height of image, or what we can say that height of image is equal to height of object. Why I have done it? Because virtual images are written with a dotted line. As you're watching this distance, this is the distance of the object from the mirror, and it is represented by U. So object distance, what is this? Object distance from the mirror. Object distance from the mirror is equal to the image distance from the mirror. Image distance from the mirror. Image distance is written by V, and object distance is written by U. So this is one characteristic. Height is one characteristics. Object distance and image distance is another characteristics. Next is, which is formed that lateral inversion. Lateral inverted image. What is the meaning of this laterally inverted image? Whenever you know that when we stand in front of the mirror, so our right hand appears as left hand into the mirror image, and left hand appears as the right hand into the mirror image. Means whenever we see through the mirror in which right appears left and left appears right, that phenomena is known as lateral inversion, and the image formed is known as laterally inverted image. You can understand it with, like I have drawn a P alphabet. Okay, when I will draw the mirror image of this, then this P alphabet would appear like this. This is called the mirror image of the alphabet. Sideways means sideways reversed. Inverted means completely reversed. So but it is sideways. Lateral inversion means sideways reversed. So this is the characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror also. And moreover, you have seen the ambulance word written on the ambulance, that is its mirror image, so that the driver who is driving the car at the front, they see that that image in their mirror in the proper order, and by that watching that they come to know that ambulance is coming and they give the sight to ambulance. So these are the few characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror. Now come to the next, spherical mirrors. Next topic, let's come, that is spherical mirror. As the I have indicating the name spherical mirror. So these mirrors are formed from a hollow glass sphere. So first of all we will take a hollow glass sphere. So take a hollow glass sphere. So through this hollow glass sphere, cut a portion of it. Let us take, I have cut a portion of this. I have cut a portion of this. This portion I have cut. Now if its bulging out surface is coated with shiny material, then it and inner surface, this inner surface is reflecting, then then it forms a concave mirror. And if this cutout portion, this inner surface is with silver coating and this bulging out surface is reflecting, then it is known as convex mirror. Convex mirror and concave mirror. What does it mean? Means we have taken a hollow glass sphere. Through this glass sphere we have cut the portion, and these portion we have done a silver coating in their bulging out part and bent in part, means curved inward or curved outward part. So according to that, so what we can say that these are the, what is concave mirror? Concave mirror are those spherical mirrors in which their bent in surface is reflecting. And what are convex mirror? Convex mirror are those mirror in which their bulging out surface or curved outward surface is reflecting. The most easiest example you can see at your home is your spoon. Whenever you see at your home, so when you are watching the spoon at your home, in the spoon when you are having, so the bent in surface of the spoon behaves like a concave, and the bulging out surface of the spoon, like when you are having like this spoon portion. So when you have this, see this, I'm just a rough diagram showing to you. So this bent in surface is concave and this bulging out is known as a convex. So we are having two spherical mirrors. Why they are spherical mirror? Because the mirrors whose reflecting surfaces are spherical in shape, that's why they are known as the spherical mirrors. Now let's do few terms related to these spherical mirrors. So as you know that these mirrors are formed from a portion which is cut from the hollow sphere. So this hollow sphere have a center. So this is C. So what is this C? The C is center of curvature of the mirror also. So center of curvature of a mirror. So I am showing you both, like this I am showing you as a concave, and here I am showing you as a convex. Here I am showing you as a convex I am showing. But when I will show convex, so bent in surface is non-reflecting. Clear? So this is the example. Clear? So this center is here. Okay. This is reflecting. This side is reflecting, and this side is reflecting. So what is this center? This is known as, represented by C. Center of curvature of the hollow sphere. What is center of curvature of the mirror? So it is the center of the hollow sphere through which this mirror has been cut. So that is known as the center of curvature. Now this portion is, I have cut from this hollow glass sphere, and this portion is reflecting also. So let's give this name to M dash, or you can give XY also. So this MM dash, or XY name also you can give to this. So this MM dash, this portion which is reflecting surface is this. This is known as aperture of the mirror. Aperture of a mirror. So it is same for both convex and convex mirror also, and concave mirror also. What is you are watching here also, that is the same one, XY, let us take, or you can write M dash, anything you can write. Clear? So Here you are watching, and now this reflecting surface have its center, and it is given by P. So P is pole of the mirror, pole of the this point, center, midpoint of the reflecting surface is known as the pole of the mirror, pole of the mirror. Now a straight line passing through the pole and center of curvature, pole and center of curvature is known as principal axis. What it is called? It is called principal axis. Straight line passing through the pole and center of curvature is known as the principal axis. And moreover, this PC distance, what you are watching, PC is radius of this hollow sphere, so it is also known as radius of curvature. It is also known as radius of curvature. Means what is this? It is the radius of the hollow sphere through which this mirror or reflecting surface has been cut. Here this mirror forms a part. Similarly here, what is this PC? This PC is the radius of this distance is known as the radius of curvature. It is the radius of the hollow sphere through which this reflecting surface has been cut. Here this reflecting surface forms a part. So what we come to know, and what you are watching, the center of curvature doesn't lie on the surface of reflecting surface. It lies in case of concave in front of it, reflecting surface, and in case of convex, it lies beyond the reflecting, means reflecting surface is opposite side. Now the next is what we should keep in mind. This aperture I have told to you, this aperture. So its definition also we can say that it is the diameter of the reflecting surface. And moreover, we are doing this ray diagrams we will do later on, where we have considered this aperture is smaller than the radius of a curvature of the mirror. Means we are assuming very small aperture of the reflecting surfaces. So these are the few basic terms you should revise before starting the ray diagrams formed by the spherical mirror. So you have to revise these things from your NCERT book also. So revise them. Thank you and have a nice day.